everyone, and welcome to another one of my videos. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but last week I didn't get a video out. I was just like feeling so unmotivated and like totally kind of like in a rut and like kind of like in a funk, and I don't know, I just couldn't do anything. I was just feeling bleh. And I'm sure so many of you could probably relate to that. I mean, as humans, I think we all like have moments like that where we feel that way. Also, sorry for the noise. You're going to hear a little something going on in the background. I'm going to show you in a minute what that's about. Before we get into this video, I just want to put a little disclaimer out and say that this is not a video about getting out of depression or like major anxiety or anything like that. If you do feel like you're struggling with depression, then I highly suggest you go see somebody. This is more just if you're feeling a little bit down or a little bit in a rut, maybe you're not feeling too well and yeah, you're just struggling a little bit. So let's get into this video. This will be 12 things that you can do, or that I do, that you could maybe do, that just helps you kind of like to get your spirits up. They're really simple things. They don't take too much effort. Some of them take a little bit more effort. But yeah, I thought this is kind of the time of year where people struggle a little bit more with like feeling motivated, especially after the Christmas season and the holidays. So here are the 12 things that I do that help me to get out of a funk or help me to get out of a rut. The first thing I do is like recognizing that I'm in this like funky kind of feeling where I'm just feeling like I'm motivated and it's just like not like me, because you can kind of get in this cycle of being like, oh, like why do I feel so demotivated, like I don't want to do this, and like you can just get yourself even more down if you feel like, oh, I'm like, why am I not good at doing this, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you haven't recognized that you're in that position and you kind of like put your mind out there to say, okay, this is what I'm feeling. This is not normal. What are the steps that I can take? That is kind of like the first thing I do, is to recognize that this is not my normal state. This is not me who I want to be. So then I'm going to work on like getting through that. And after I've recognized that, I kind of just like breathe and like let that go. So I just take a few deep breaths, and then I go on to the rest of the things. And that already just puts me in a little bit of a better state. The next thing I do is just to either say the things that I'm grateful for. So I practice gratitude or just, yeah, gratefulness. I either write it down or I sit, I breathe, I list the things in my mind that I'm grateful for, because like once you start to recognize the things that are going amazing in your life or the blessings that you do have, it just tends to get you into a better mood. So for instance, I try not to do things that are like, I mean, anything is good. Sometimes I say I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for my house, or like I just say I'm so grateful for the way that my day went, or specific things. You can add in anything you like. It really, really helps. And I know, like, I'm sure that we all know that we need to do this. Like most people know that gratitude can help so much in life, but it's so easy to forget this. And when we're like in this downward spiral, we're just really not feeling well, like it's so difficult to remember to be grateful. So that is one of my biggest things I do, is just to list everything that I'm grateful for. The next thing I do is smile. Now, this sounds like really cheesy, but it honestly helps. So after I've listed everything I'm grateful for, just like lifting the muscles, and it's like fake it till you make it kind of thing. And once those like facial muscles lift, like you just like fake it. I know that looks like a fake smile, but eventually it really helps. And if you can get yourself to laugh, that's even better. I don't know, maybe if you can watch like a funny cat video or a funny dog video, or like whatever makes you laugh on YouTube or something, that really helps. Just like smiling and laughing just is such a remedy for feeling down. It honestly is. It helps a lot. The next thing I do is takes a little bit more effort. It's getting your body to move. So even just like going for a walk, doing some yoga, even just doing some stretches. You can even get up and do like, I don't know, 50 star jumps or something. That just tends to get the blood flowing. It works through your lymphatic system, so the oxygen's running. If you have a trampoline, it's a good thing. You can go jump on a trampoline. My toddler has one. So sometimes if I'm feeling really bleh, we're both not having a good day, I'll be like, cool, let's go jump on the trampoline. And honestly, it helps so much. It just gets your lymphatic system running, all that oxygen going, and already you feel better. And that is just yeah, it's good if you could do something like that outdoors. I'll get into the next one in a minute. So the next one is get outside. Sometimes you're like stuck inside, you have so much to do. I don't know if you work from home, you work in an office, just get outside. Being in the sunshine, or even if it's raining, it can really, really help. There's a lot of noise going on. I'm gonna show you guys just now, if you haven't already seen on my Instagram. Yeah, so get outside, whether it's raining, whether it's sunny. And to be honest, some people are like, oh, the sunshine is so fantastic. Sometimes it actually makes me feel like exhausted because of the heat. So sometimes I actually enjoy going outdoors when it's raining more than I do when it's sunny. I don't know, it just like awakens my soul. I don't know, is anyone else with me, or am I just weird? Who knows? The next thing I do, I've just written it down, is drink water. Like sometimes you just feel down and exhausted, especially if it's hot, because you're like a little bit dehydrated. You can also add some lemon into your water. That like really, really helps to kind of like get your system going. Just wake yourself up a little bit. I don't suggest cold water because that's actually not good for your digestive system, but just a big glass of water. You can add some lemon in, or some other fruit that you like. Like, it sounds so simple, but sometimes if I just drink a lot of water, I already feel a little bit revitalized. And it kind of just helps me, yeah, to get out of a funk. The next thing is actually difficult to do, and you have to like consciously think of this, but it's to stop complaining. And it's so true, because sometimes you can just keep complaining and keep complaining. And have you ever noticed that like sometimes it's annoying to you, like when you complain, but you like can't help it? Sometimes I get that where I'm like, oh, I just keep complaining about the same thing, and what am I going to do about it? Because it's not changing by me complaining. And I'm sure those people around me are also getting irritated. So it's kind of just to get conscious about not complaining, because then you're focusing on the bad things and not on the positives, and it's not going to get you anywhere. So jump into action. If you can't change what it is that's putting you in this state, then try and just let it go, because complaining about it is just going to keep you in a mindset that just keeps you down. And I do this a lot, to be honest. I will continuously complain about something, like now my visa work, I'll be like, oh, I don't want to do the paperwork because of this and this and this, and then I'm like, why am I complaining? I could have done this a week ago and it could have been done, and that stress would have been off my plate. So just to stop complaining about it, that is like one of my biggest things I'm working on. I think it's a big one. Now this one, I'm so excited to say, because that little noise that you're hearing, I'm going to show you what it is right now. Play with an animal. And I know this is not realistic for some people because maybe they don't have pets, but if you could like go to somebody's house who has an animal, or I don't know, if you have an animal, just consciously go and like play with them when you're feeling in that rut. Go run around the garden or the house, play with them, jump with them, because they're just so all loving, accepting, and they're never in that funky mood where they like hold grudges or they're irritated. I mean, maybe some are the very emotional animals out there. In any case, what I wanted to also tell you guys was we got a puppy, and she is so cute. This was not too planned. It was a very recent thing we wanted to do. I'm going to show you her right now. She's so cute. Her name's Haley. Here she is. Hey, Haley. She is a sausage dog crossed with a Jack Russell, and she is super playful, 7 weeks old, and she was just playing with that thing that's hanging on the door there. That's why it was so noisy. Go play with your toy. Go play with your toy. Ow, ow, ow. She has really sharp teeth. Oh my gosh. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, you can take my hair tie. Take it. And when I was planning for this video, it just clicked, and I was like, oh my gosh, this dog has honestly brightened up our lives. Like when we're just feeling, it hasn't been long. We've only had her since Friday, so it's been 3 days, and she's just brings so much joy into our lives. And I don't know, when you're just irritated or in a mood, or you've had a little bit of a snip with your partner and you guys are just irritated with each other or something like that, I don't know, whatever the case may be, you just see this little animal who comes bounding to you, running to you, and wants to hug you and play with you. It just like, it helps so much. And what are you doing? It's just like, oh, she's so beautiful, and it really, really helps. Just being around animals, I think like we can connect to animals on such a different level, like emotionally, than what we can to other animals, than what we can to human beings. They just have this thing about them, and she really brightens up our day. But I've had that with animals my whole life. Like whenever I see an animal somewhere, they just bring me so much joy. If you're not an animal person, this one might not be for you, and you may not agree with me, and that is totally okay. These are just the things that have helped me to get out of a rut lately. Yeah, she really just motivates me and makes me feel a lot better. Number 9 is get out of the house. And if you're a stay-at-home mom or you work from home, for me, I found that sometimes we can just get like so stuck at being at home and we feel like cooped up that just getting a change of scenery can be so helpful. Sometimes we'll just go to, I don't know, a coffee shop or order a coffee or something. We'll go out, we'll maybe go find somewhere that has a playground, or if I'm on my own because my daughter does go to school now, nursery school, I'll just get out. I'll go to the shops and get something we need to get. Just a change of scenery can really, really help to get out of a funk. Sometimes I'll do editing at the coffee shop, and that really, really helps for me to just get out of the house. Number 10 is to do something that you're passionate about. And I know that when you have a really big to-do list and you just feel really overwhelmed and you're in this like funky mood where you honestly don't want to do anything, having more things on your plate actually just makes it more stressful. And at the end of the day, I don't know about you, but I end up getting nothing done. I'll take a nap or I'll do something that wastes time. And I noticed that if I can put my energy in towards something that I'm passionate about, something creative, it just helps me to reawaken like my soul, I guess. So I don't know, whatever that is for you, whether it's drawing or dancing or I don't know, creating YouTube videos, that's also a creative outlet. It's just a good way to get out of that zone that you've been in. And I like to journal as well. That's creative for me. It also helps me just to get all of my worries and troubles down on paper so that it's not in my mind anymore, but down on paper. And that really just helps to alleviate that feeling of stress and all that weight on your shoulders. It's also creative because you can do story writing, or I mean, story writing, is it called that? Creative writing in your journal. You could just write about how your day was or draw, whatever the case may be. Do something creative that you're passionate about, because I can promise you it's already going to awaken your spirit so much more. Number 11, and this is for the people who are religious, is to pray. And we're Christian. If you haven't seen my video about my testimony, it's the last one I did. I'll link it down below. It just helps me so much to know that somebody loves me and has like all of my problems on their shoulders. The dog's eating my book. And I don't know, maybe if you're not religious, you can kind of use this to just, I don't know, talk to the universe or whatever you believe in about your problems, and to leave that on the shoulder of the world. Like, just to get it off your chest helps so much. Not necessarily to talk to somebody about it, because often when you do talk to someone about it, like, they'll want to give you advice, and sometimes that's not what you want. You just want to get it out of you. And this is just to, I don't know, awaken myself. I feel like if I don't have a good connection to God, then I struggle a lot more, and I just end up spiraling myself down into this like deep hole where I just, well, I don't want to do anything. I just want to lay on the couch. I want to watch YouTube videos, and that's not healthy for me at all. So just to be praying, honestly, is what helps me to get out of this funk. The last thing I wanted to mention is to get ready every day. So some people like to laze around in their PJs, especially if you work from home, you're a stay-at-home mom, or it's the weekends. They like to laze around. I do not do well with that at all. I have to get up and get ready. Otherwise, I get nothing done, and I just stay in this funky town literally all day. I have to get ready. I have to put clothes on. I put a bit of makeup on, and then I brush my hair or whatever else I'm doing with it. It just makes me feel so much more put together, and I struggle less that day. I don't know, when I've stayed in my pajamas or I'm in my gym clothes and I haven't, I don't know, put effort into myself, I just feel gross and I don't get that much done. So that's a big one for me. Are you trying to come lay in my lap? Come, Haley, come sleep. Are you tired? Oh, I love her already. Oh. Yeah, so this is going to be a pretty short video. I've just gotten through these really fast, but those are the 12 things that really, really help me to get out of that rut feeling where you honestly just feel so unmotivated. And I felt that way last week, to be honest. Everybody as a human being, I think, has, excuse me, those moments in their lives where they just feel less motivated. And it's good to have a bunch of things listed on hand where you can just say, okay, if I'm going to go do this now, I know it's already going to lift my spirits a little bit and make me feel a lot more motivated to actually get going. And let me know down below if you have extra things that help you out when you're feeling in a rut. I don't know. I hope these things helped you. They really, really help me to just make myself feel a lot better, and it really, really has worked. So last week I kind of took it really slow and I tried to do some of these things, and here I am making another video feeling a whole lot better. So let's hope that some of these things also work for you. For now, I'm going to say goodbye and I'll see you in the next one.